Hi and welcome to another tutorial. This one's on Maws by KadoHusky. Alright, let's get started. So what's a maw, you might ask? It's the jaw or throat of a voracious animal. So here we go. Start with your circle and your directional lines for which way you're facing. Then you can build up the muzzle from there. Erase as you go. Add some teeth. It's important to have that gap between the top canine teeth and the front teeth, because that's where the lower canine is going to come in. And then you add, I like to call them the mountains, the mountain teeth, because they look like little mountains. And then, yeah, just add the mouth details, and don't be afraid to erase if you did something wrong like I did here. And then detailing is always important. I'm always thinking about how the perspective looks on each side if it's matching up. The proportions are a little bit off as well, so I'm going to fix that with the transform tool, the lasso tool and the selection tool, and the transform tool right here. And that helps the proportions a little bit. And just fix the expression, erase a little bit, and then adding the collar. And I always flip a little bit just to correct any mistakes I see. Use the free transform tool to kind of change the perspective a little tiny bit, make it look better. Now it's time to go over with inks. I always change the color of the lines to blue and then set the layer to multiply. I always have my background as a 50% gray. That helps me envision the sketch and the inks a lot better than just plain old white. But you can do whatever feels most comfortable to you, especially if you're doing it traditionally. You might be stuck with white on the paper. I often find myself changing up the sketch a little bit when I'm inking, just to make everything look better, like adding more details, slightly moving some, slightly altering the shape of others, just to make it look better. This is something that you can do too. Don't be afraid to do like a resketch, or as you're inking, or erasing, etc. By the way, this is sped up by 900%. So I think that's like 9 times the speed that I drew it at. And I took breaks in between, so I cut out those breaks and everything. I just sped it up so you guys wouldn't have to sit here forever just watching me draw. Sorry, I know you wanted to think I was super lightning fast, but that's just not the case. Ooh, time for color. Here we go. So I went ahead and made a selection on the outside of the character, and then made an inverse selection, and then made a flood fill. Looks like this character has been eating quite a bit of guacamole. Just kidding. This character is named Roocifer and is owned by RooSledDog on Twitter. Thanks for letting me use your character, dude. I really appreciate it. And now it's time for, well, it's almost time for shading and stuff. I'm just going to do highlights and shading on the eyes and the mouth and the nose and the hair. Not going to do full shading in this episode. We'll do shading in another episode. But yeah, I'm using an overlay layer with solid white and solid black. And just layering up the highlights and stuff. And just making everything look good. Then on another layer, I'm using solid white, opaque solid white, and on a normal layer just to put other highlights. Time for a few finishing touches, and then I'm going to be changing the background color just to make this all come together and look real nice. I think I'm going to use a teal with a yellow highlight. Yeah, that looks good. Just sign it right there, and then move it over. Use a little bit of lettering. Maws by KadoHusky. There you go. All done. Thanks guys. Thanks for watching. I appreciate it. Like and subscribe for more videos in the future. And comment below if you'd like to see something specific for the next tutorial. Thanks guys. Bye.